Hey guys, what is up? Plastic Guy here, coming back with a figure review where today we're taking a look at the Super Poseable Spider-Man 2 ToyBiz figure from 2003. So it is absolutely no secret that here on the channel we love our Raimi movie figures, and I do have a few superposable figures, but they're all Hasbro, and with the original sculpts being ToyBiz, I really needed one of those OG figures. I really needed a ToyBiz Superposable Spider-Man, but as you probably know yourselves, they're super expensive, they're pretty rare and hard to come by, especially for the right price, so I was keeping my eye out for a while. Recently this guy popped up and he's in pretty good condition. He's got a couple things that we'll take a closer look at later on, but I thought I should try and grab him for the right price, and I did get him for a good price. They go for quite a lot of money, so I managed to get him for a decent price, probably the most I've spent on a Raimi figure though, if I'm being honest. I still think it's worth it, and we'll find out why when we take a closer look at him. I think I already know the answer to this one, guys, but go down to the comment section below and let me know what you guys prefer, ToyBiz or Hasbro. Let me know down in the comment section below, and while you're down there guys, if you could do me a massive favour, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and with all that being said guys, let's take a closer look at this ToyBiz 2003 Spider-Man 2 Superposable figure. And here he is, here is our OG ToyBiz Spider-Man 2 Superposable movie figure, just as I picked him up on eBay loose, and yeah, he looks great. We'll take a closer look at him, we'll compare him to some other Raimi movie figures and some other Spider-Man figures, and then we can share our final thoughts. So yeah, straight off the bat, I had a problem with this kind of head area. His head is really stiff to move about, so I don't really want to move it too much because this neck joint might pop out. But the actual head sculpt itself looks amazing, it looks great. The paint's kind of scuffed in the usual areas where the webbing comes off, but it's not too bad. The white in the eyes look really good. For the most part, the black around the eyes look really good, so I am really happy with it. There's some scuffing down here as well, and if I really wanted to I could fix that up, but I really just want to be careful with this guy and keep him as he is. Yeah, we can see the neck here, so it does turn left and right, and you can move the head backwards and forwards as well, but as I said, this is really stiff moving the head around, and the neck was actually popping out. So yeah, I don't want to scuff the paint, and I do not want that joint to come off on me. Then the chest area looks really good, really solid webbing throughout this chest area, and yeah, the webbing looks great. The chest logo looks really good, and I might just top the black off a wee bit, but once again I do want to just preserve them as is. But yeah, it looks great for the most part. We get this middle area here in the articulation, and then the webbing solid on this lower torso area. Get the waist, of course, it moves about here, and then we get the legs, and yeah, I just love the texturing in the legs as always with all these Raimi Spider-Man figures. If we grab another one like the web trap here, just the texturing is fantastic, and I hope when Hasbro eventually release a Raimi movie figure, they're gonna keep on top of the texturing in the legs and then that raised webbing, because they cannot slack on that at all, or there's gonna be a lot of angry fans, including me. The lower legs look good here, good webbing and everything. My first kind of problem with this particular figure is he's missing a bit at the bottom of the foot. You're obviously not going to see it too much unless I get him in some web poses, but I could probably just edit that in my phone's photo mode. But yeah, he's missing a wee cap, which is a wee bit annoying, but not a massive deal. And then at the bottom here, I don't know if you can quite pick it up on camera. What way is it? I think it just says like Hasbro 2003 made in China or something like that. Yeah, there's just the wee odd bits of paint scraping throughout, but nothing major, especially for the age of this figure. Looking at the back, yeah, I'm not a massive fan of the back logo in any of these superposable figures. I much prefer the likes of the web trap. It's more solid and it's not all broken up like this. but it still looks good. We get these butterfly joints at the back here. They look a bit outdated now. Same with the wee bit in the shoulder here. That looks a wee bit outdated now as well. The way it just, yeah, what even is that? With this figure, with this arm, you can see you get that joint coming out up the way, but I can't get it to pop out in this arm. Once again, just a problem with the age of the figure. Maybe it was even a problem at the time, I'm not too sure, but yeah, here's the back, the texturing throughout once again, pretty good quality. And then the arms here look excellent, not a lot of silver rubbing off, so that's pretty good. We've got the articulated fingers, which leaves me to the biggest problem with this particular one that I've picked up. He only has 3 fingers on this hand, which it's a wee bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world, especially because you've probably not even noticed it until now, and you're not going to notice it unless it's close up, and maybe if I get him in a thwipping pose, but you know, it's all about the angles. We don't have to acknowledge that. So yeah, overall this guy looks great. I'm really happy with his condition. Couple wee minor things here and there, but this figure looks fantastic, especially for the age of him. I just want to pose him now next to some other Raimi figures in the collection. So here we have our ToyBiz Spider-Man next to our Hasbro Super Poseable Spider-Man. And guys, I'm sure you might have seen it a while ago on the channel. I made a video comparing the ToyBiz Super Poseable next to the Hasbro Super Poseable, but I made a massive mistake because I didn't actually have a ToyBiz Super Poseable at the time. I had this guy who is also a Hasbro Super Poseable, and I thought he was ToyBiz. Thankfully, some of my Instagram friends managed to correct me, and now I finally do have a ToyBiz Super Poseable to compare with these Hasbro figures, and I have to say the ToyBiz is definitely the better of the two. Now, a lot of that will come down to personal preference. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the blue and the red, but just the quality overall, I mean, the plastic just feels a lot better on this ToyBiz. This one feels just a bit flimsy in comparison. I don't know, maybe I'm just making it up in my head, but the sculpts are pretty much they are the exact same. This one, I've made videos on it before, I had to swap the hand around, but for retail, both of these sculpts are the exact same. One's ToyBiz, one's Hasbro. But yeah, as I said, there's something about this one that just feels a bit sturdier and a wee bit better overall. And then we have our ToyBiz Super Poseable Spider-Man next to our Hasbro Super Poseable Spider-Man, another one. This one is the red and black sort of variant, similar to the ToyBiz, but that red's just slightly different. The webbing is really super shiny, and once again, it's going to kind of come down to personal preference. I will say once more, I think the ToyBiz is just slightly better quality in the plastic and things. Also, there's something about this one where his arms seem to want to kind of stick out the way they do, and the ToyBiz ones just look a wee bit more relaxed, can kind of get them closer into the body. So yeah, I do prefer the ToyBiz one, but once again, I wouldn't be surprised if you were a fan of the Hasbro. So I have to say, this Super Poseable guy is quickly climbing the ranks of my favourite Raimi figures. The Web Trap is certainly in my top 3, so I wanted to put these guys next to one another, and you can see the ToyBiz is standing a wee bit taller, a bit straighter. I don't know, I'm kind of thinking I'm going to start preferring this guy, although the Web Trap is awesome, and I used to prefer him because he had that more simple articulation, it was effective and it looked great. But yeah, I'm really liking this ToyBiz Super Poseable. Next up, we have Retro Carded Spidey, one of the newest Spider-Man Marvel Legends figures from Hasbro, and he's a great figure. Everyone agrees he is fantastic, and I would love to see the Raimi character on this mold. Of course, we do need the textured legs and the raised webbing, but have that Raimi suit on here. I think it would be the perfect mold. It's nice and bulky for it. It would look fantastic. And yeah, we really need that. Hasbro, can we please get a Raimi suit on this mold? So to run over the articulation on this figure, you can move his head left and right with the neck joint here, and you can move it backwards and forwards, but I'm not gonna, because I don't want to break him. I don't want to ruin the webbing on his head. You can get the arm, well, we'll do it on this arm because, as I said, this one's a bit blocked up. You can move the arm that way. You've got a butterfly joint as well to move it backwards and forwards, but you can get a great range of movement there. He's got the shoulder joint here, upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. You can move the wrist backwards and forwards. You can move it round at the forearm here, and he's got individual finger articulation. You can then move it round up at his chest and then move it backwards and forwards with this ab crunch, and move him around at the waist like so. Get his leg kicking that far out, that far back, that far out as well. Upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees. You can move it around at the shin there, move his feet backwards and forwards, and it's got a tiny wee bit of pivot as well. So there we have it for this ToyBiz Super Poseable Spider-Man 2 movie figure, and he is fantastic. It's no wonder why so many folk put this figure so highly on their favourite Spider-Man figure list. It's awesome. It's got a great range of articulation. Yeah, some of it looks a bit outdated now, but to beat that, the sculpt is perfect. That raised webbing and just, oh, it looks awesome. The textured legs. These guys are always going to be my favourite figures, and I'm so happy to now have this original ToyBiz figure in the collection. If you can pick this guy up, I would definitely go for it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, and while you're down there guys, if you could do me a massive favour and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for future videos on figures such as this guy right here. Feel free to hop on over to the channel page because there's plenty of videos on these Raimi movie figures. As I said, they are my favourites and I try and keep my collection posted, so feel free to hop on over there. I'll leave the link to my Instagram down in the description below, so feel free to check that out as well. I'll definitely get some pictures of this guy up on there very soon. But with all that being said guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, I've loved to make it, and there will be plenty more. With all that being said, thank you so much. I'll catch you on the flip flop later. Cheers.